Good morning. Welcome back to another episode here on Cruiseandcoasters. I'm Jeff, and today we are at Cedar Point for opening day. Historically, Cedar Point has not had the most organized opening days, but with Top Thrill 2, we could not miss out on the opportunity to come check out the park and give you guys a very honest, unbiased review of what it's like to visit Cedar Point on opening day. I am so excited. We've already seen Top Thrill 2 testing, and to see trains on that tower again is so exciting, and I just can't wait. It is much colder. Yesterday we were at Kings Island, which the Kings Island vlog is going to come up second. You guys will see that coming up on Thursday on the channel, but it is much colder today. It's like 55 degrees and a little drizzly, so we're going to try to stay warm. But yeah, let's head into the park. Here's the opening day queue for security, so we are all the way in the back currently, but that's the status so far. But they just started letting people through, so we should be getting in shortly. There it is. That's what we're here for. Top Thrill 2 now open. That's what we like to see. Security was super efficient. I think we were through in like 10 to 15 minutes, and we are in the park, and oh my gosh, Top Thrill 2 looks incredible. That spike is, I mean, I knew it was big, but like in person, it's massive. It's just outstanding. That looks, I don't even have words right now with how excited I am, and I'm too cold to even think. We have made it to the goal of Top Thrill 2. Here she is. And the queue does start up there, and it goes back just a little bit and winds back around. So we think it's gonna be about 45 minutes to an hour from where we're at, as long as all things go well. But man, it is a vibe here so far today. The energy is crazy. We're so excited. I'm no roller coaster engineer, but is there supposed to be tape on the LSMs? Question mark. It's 9:45 and we have some movement. We are starting to see the queue, go through the metal detectors, and get into the queue for Top Thrill 2. There's the first train of the day, of opening day. There she goes. Color me shocked. Zamperla did it. We just got off the front row of Top Thrill 2, and if my costume change hasn't indicated my thoughts of Top Thrill 2, let me just tell you guys, they knocked it out of the freaking park. It is absolutely fantastic. We, like I said, we're in the front row. The first launch, people were kind of like crapping on a little bit because it isn't as fast as what it used to be. It's like a 75-mile-an-hour launch, somewhere around there. That's still fast, you guys. Like, it is still so fast. And to be able to do a rollback on every ride was so much fun. Here it comes again. Let me tell you, a backwards 101-mile-per-hour second launch is absolutely insane. And it's just like such an indescribable feeling. It was incredible. Going up the spike, you go so high up the spike that you're literally looking down at power tower right next to a 300-foot tall drop tower, and you're looking down on it. It's actually insane. I think my favorite part of the ride was a shock. It was the third launch, going from 101 to 120 miles per hour down that entire launch. You go so fast for so long. It's incredible. No other word other than incredible. I think this Top Thrill Dragster always had a special place in my heart, and it was my favorite coaster here at Cedar Point, and I am so glad that they put new life into it and found a way to reimagine it and keep it, because this is a top coaster for me, and it's gonna be a top coaster for a lot of other people. I am so happy, so thrilled. I'm so excited. So for opening day, we ended up waiting about 2 hours time, about an hour and a half from when the line actually opened. So an hour and a half from the time the line moved, 2 hours from the time the park actually opened, and so worth every second of it. We do have Fastlane Plus today, but we chose to do standby this morning while it was still a little shorter, so that we can get a second ride on it in a little bit with our Fastlane Plus. But man, what a way to absolutely knock this out of the park. It's incredible. I also wanted to talk about the rattle and like the shakiness that people have been seeing in some of the videos. As I mentioned, we were in the front row of the car, and I have heard that the front of each car, like the odd number rows, are significantly smoother than the even number rows, the second of each car. And I honestly could not even tell you that it rattled or shook or anything. I didn't notice anything. If it did, it does not take away from the ride experience whatsoever. On our second ride, I would like to try to get an even number row, and I'll let you guys know if I find that to be true, and maybe you can use that, like if you're sensitive to rattles, maybe you just go for an even or an odd number row, but I'll keep you updated. All of that adrenaline pumping fun on Top Thrill 2 made us work up quite the appetite, so we came to the little farmhouse restaurant by Maverick and Steel Vengeance, and I went with the chicken tenders and seasoned potato wedges, and it comes with a biscuit, so that's fun. I remember these being really good last time, but kind of salty, so hopefully they're not as salty this time. Okay, for real, lunch was actually pretty good. The biscuit was really fluffy. Unlike last year, it was kind of dry and choked you a little bit. And the chicken tenders were significantly less salty. Up next is gonna be a ride on Maverick. Maverick was a phenomenal coaster. We waited still about 45 minutes even with Fastlane Plus. They were running only 4 trains, but they did put a 5th one on and it moved much quicker after that. But it's running phenomenal, super smooth, super whippy, love the inversions. The second launch was super forceful, which I love. It's just super apparently. That's the word to describe Maverick. It was just running super. So excellent ride on this coaster today. We tried to hop on a ride on Steel Vengeance and they were only running 2 out of the 3 trains, so it was quite a long wait already. It was posted an hour with Fastlane Plus, and then the ride unfortunately went down. And I think that's kind of the theme for today. We've had a lot of downtime issues, and I know I said I was gonna kind of keep track of how opening day at Cedar Point goes, and I have been to quite a few of them, and I think that it's actually an above average day, I would say, but pretty par for the course. Remember, these are sophisticated technical rides, and they will go up and down, especially in the first couple days of operation, but kind of just gotta go with the flow, right? So I think we're gonna head to Magnum. That seems like a reliable ride, and then I think we're gonna use our Fastlane Plus so that we can do Top Thrill 2 again. Another thing to keep in mind is some rides actually are not ready at all. So Gemini, unfortunately, was not ready for opening day and is sitting very quiet, but that's okay. We will be back later this summer and get some rides on Gemini because we do love this coaster. Just got off my second ride on Top Thrill 2, and it was just as fantastic as the first ride. We got the back row. I will say, you can definitely feel the rattle, the shake that people are talking about in the second row in the back of the train. So if you're a little sensitive to that, you may want to steer to the front or the front part of the cars. Here it goes. On up. That part is absolutely insane, especially going in that last seat. You can just feel the speed backwards so much more intense. Flying all the way up the reverse bike, which just seems to last absolutely forever. Here it comes again, 120 miles an hour, insane. And then one of the best airtime moments on any roller coaster, I'm going to stand by that statement, is coming off of the top hat on the way down in the back row. You are out of your seat from the time you enter the top hat, the entire time you're spiraling down. It is one of the most unhinged, insane airtime moments out there. I think I'm a backseat guy on Top Thrill 2 myself because that was absolutely phenomenal. I think the perfect seat is probably going to be the second row from the back because you'll get a really nice, smooth ride, but you'll get that fantastic airtime off the top hat. What an incredible addition. It seems like people are absolutely loving it. Cedar Point absolutely hit a home run with this. This is a fantastic addition, and I can't wait to ride this so many more times this season. I can go on about it all day. And the operations are fantastic. Very, very little downtime. It's just absolutely incredible. After getting back on Top Thrill 2, it's time to go on one of the park's most iconic roller coasters out there, which is going to be none other than Millennium Force, the 310-foot giga coaster that gets a lot of hate, but I think it's just a lot of fun, has good speed, so let's head to Millennium Force. We had a great ride on Millennium Force, super smooth, actually a little forceful, especially in like the first overbank, the second overbank, some floater airtime, really good speed, like I said, really smooth ride. I really enjoyed it. It was like one of the most enjoyable Millennium rides we've had in a while. We were in the back row, which is my favorite row on it. The one thing, man, we waited an hour and 15 minutes with Fastlane, so the operations are just, they were a little tough, both at like the merge points and in the station, but that's kind of like opening day jitters is what we'll chalk that up to. So it's about 6 p.m. and you've basically seen everything we've done. So that's kind of like coming on opening day. You won't be able to do as much as like when the park has been like trained and like kind of knows exactly what they're doing by middle of the season. So we'll take what we can get though today. It's still been a beautiful, wonderful, fun day. Looks like the Skyride got a new paint job. They're very like retro and fun, kind of like striping. I like that. That's nice. Good little touch. Nice job, Cedar Point. If you're coming to Cedar Point before Memorial Day with kids or your family, just know that Planet Snoopy does not open until May 25th. That's kind of silly. A quick update, we are at the Grand Pavilion having a little bit of dinner. We went to Gatekeeper. Unfortunately, that was down. It seems like a lot of the rides are having some temperamental issues this afternoon and evening. Opening day, that's what happens. But yeah, we did pay for Fastlane Plus today, and it really hasn't come in that handy, to be really honest with you guys. I think we've ridden you've seen what we've done. We've done 2 rides on Top Thrill 2, we got on Maverick, we tried to do Steel Vengeance, and then that went down, and now it's been running with 1 train. We did do Magnum, we got on Millennium Force, which was like an hour and 15-minute wait with Fastlane Plus, which was not amazing. And then a couple rides on our way over here went down. So we're gonna make the best of it, have a little bit of dinner, and then try to do some final rides before we call it an evening. I went with the same thing I got during our Labor Day series. If you haven't seen that, you should check out that vlog. I did a nice is Fastlane worth it type of vlog, and I did the fish, tropical fried rice, and it came with a roll. And I remember this being really good from last time, but I'll let you know if it's the same this year. The fish was as good as I remember, if not, maybe even better. It was really fresh this time and really tasty, a really hearty piece of fish. Tropical fried rice was delicious, little bits of pineapple in it for a little sweetness, which was fun. The buttered roll was incredible, but the hit, and I remember this from last time, and I need to remember when I come back this summer, that cucumber salad is phenomenal. That is probably the best thing on the menu, and it's my favorite thing. It's super tangy, refreshing, and light. Absolutely delicious. And you can't beat the views here at the Grand Pavilion when you're eating. It's just absolutely stunning to look out on the coasters, on the water. It's just a beautiful setting and just all around a great restaurant for the park. Gatekeeper ended up being one of the more normal waits with Fastlane Plus, which was great to see. We waited about 17 minutes for it and had a super smooth ride on it. It was kind of shuffly, but not like in a way that wing coasters are usually like shuffly and bouncy, kind of like up and down. It like kind of shuffled forward and backwards, which was like kind of bizarre, but overall it's a really fun, exciting wing coaster. I love the fly through the keyhole element, absolutely fantastic. And then the slow roll over it on the reverse side back, so much fun. It's like a little after 7. Park closes at 8 p.m. tonight for opening day, which is a little early. I was kind of hoping it'd be open till 10, but what can you do? So I think we have time for 1 or 2 more rides, and I think we might try to do Valraven and maybe Blue Streak. I don't know, that could be fun. So let's see. Little ride on Valraven. Valraven's operations were a mess. They kind of forgot about the fast lane line, and I don't mean that in like a silly way. I mean like she legitimately came over and said, "I'm so sorry, I forgot about you guys," because she sent like 3 trains with all just standby, and so she finally got us on. Then she opened the gates so late to let us into the like corral to get into our seat that they actually closed the gates to the train after 2 of us got on the train, and then the other 2 were stuck waiting and on the other train. It was just a mess. Also, the ride was kind of a mess. I was sitting right on the wheel seat, and that thing was pretty rattly and shaky. And I've never had that experience on Valraven before, actually. It's usually pretty like smooth, and everyone else said it was smooth, so I think it was just because I was on the wheel seat. But super fun ride. GP loves it. They love like the dive coaster element. It's super fun to watch. I think we have time for 1 more ride, and someone's got to make a decision on what we're going to do, but we'll take you along with us. Power Tower this year got a paint job, and it looks so good. It's like the blue and red from the Top Thrill 2 color scheme, so it fits in the area really, really nicely. Now, I'm glad that they took some time to spruce that up, because it was looking quite faded. I only wish they would have also like done on the like cars themselves, like replace the banners that are on it, because those are very faded too. We ended the night with a night ride on Top Thrill 2. We ended up waiting actually just about an hour and 5 minutes, so not bad at all. We got the second to last train of the night. Absolutely incredible ride, fantastic night ride. The crew is incredible. The operations are fantastic on this ride. They really have figured this thing out. It's running reliably. It's running just like it. Once the fast lane line was closed, the standby line was just flying through. Absolutely phenomenal job on this ride opening today. They knocked it out of the park. I can't say enough good things about Top Thrill 2. Other than that, the park was kind of a little bit of a mess in other areas, but that's okay. We will be back, and I was just happy to get here for Top Thrill 2. We ended up with 3 rides on this thing, front, back, and then we did like a few rows from the back on the last ride just now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you don't mind this little pause in the Australia series before we pick back up in next week. We'll pick back up with the Australia cruise series. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys hit the like to fight that YouTube algorithm. Click subscribe if you want to find and watch more coaster content like this. Keep cruising and coasting. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.